Hi, and welcome to British Dad Reacts. My name is John, and thank you for watching. And if you do like this kind of content, then please consider leaving a like, subscribe, leave a comment, or a recommendation. Every so often I try and catch up on requests that people have made about tracks to react to. And I try and group them together, really, just so I can get a little bit better at reacting, because it's not my normal style. This is a request for this track by a band called Uriah Heep. It's quite a long video. And, well, let's just start, and I'll try and give a decent reaction and say what I know about Uriah Heep. To give it away very little.
There I was on a July morning, looking for love with the strength of a new day dawning and the beautiful sun. At the sound of the first bird singing, I was leaving for home, with the storm and the night behind me, and a road of my own. With the day came the resolution, I'll be looking for you. La la la. I was looking for love in the strangest places. There wasn't a...
Okay, so I just picked this particular version. I didn't realize it had what looks like Russian lyrics. It's this classic kind of prog rock sound, and it always sounds like some kind of hero's journey to me. But this is really good. The quality of musicianship and this creation of the sound of all the instruments, and that keyboard, that electronic keyboard, is so classic of that kind of period. This is really, really good. I not a track I know, and a band that were kind of a little bit before my time, really. But this is fabulous, really fabulous. And listening to it on the headphones, you really get the effects that they're using in the track.
I was looking for love in the strangest places. wasn't a stone that I left unturned. Must have tried more than 1,000 faces, and not one was aware of the fire that burned in my heart, in my mind, in my soul. La 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 la, la 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 la, la la la.
It's strange, as I say, there were a bit before my time Uriah Heep, but it's one of those names in kind of rock pageantry, I guess, that you hear about, and people always wax lyrical about how fabulous a band they were or are. And I can see why. This is just, given that this, as it said at the beginning, was 1972. I mean, what an incredible performance. This is the early stages of that sort of rock, prog rock sound. And these guys are really, really nailing it. As I always say, I'm not a musicologist, but the sort of how they harmonize and link the guitar, the keyboards, and then the bass and the drums matched with the lead singer's voice. Just incredible, incredible sound.
There I was on a July morning. I was looking for love with the strength of a new day dawning and the beautiful sun. And at the sound of the first bird singing, I was leaving for home with the storm and the night behind me, yeah, and a road of my own. With the day came the resolution, I'll be looking for you. La 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 la, la 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 la, la la.
That's amazing. It kind of reminds me of I don't know, the 17-year-old sitting in your friend's house, putting on some kind of concept album and just kind of drifting away in your own thoughts as you hear the music, and it kind of, I don't know, sometimes opens things up in your mind about how you think and what you feel. Now, Uriah Heep, I know, are an English rock band of that early 70s period. And beyond that, I don't really know much about, apart from the fact that they were always held in this very high esteem. And after listening to this track, I can understand why. They seem to, at least in this track, have created a soundscape rather than just the sort of individual long solo that you sometimes got with prog rock. It wouldn't surprise me if at least some of this band were classically trained or extremely good, experienced musicians. For a track that is that old, and this, I think it said on the video, was like 1972, and given that this was a live version, so there's always that long kind of extended period with live versions that just give you a chance to kind of float with the music. So this was a request to react to, and I'm really glad that the person who suggested this, I do keep a list of requests, and to be honest, it does take me some time to get around to them, but I do keep the list. Reactions still feel a little bit uneasy for me, as it's not where I kind of come from really with music. And I guess the other thing I'm going to have to start doing, because I'm not great at YouTube, obviously I don't do scripting or great editing and such things, I should probably start keeping details of the people who make the requests and give a shout out to them. So whoever requested this, if you're still watching my videos, thank you so much for suggesting this, and I'm glad I really got around to it. So, Uriah Heep, July Morning. As I said, if you like this kind of content, please consider leaving a like, subscribing, leave a comment or a recommendation. It's always much appreciated. Thank you so much for watching.